Welcome once more to another edition of Shelf Life Book Reviews Online. Thank you as always for taking the time to watch my videos. Hopefully you will find the book that I'm about to mention to you worthy of purchasing, which I certainly recommend. It's a great fiction book, and it is Stormwatch by C.J. Box. This is published by Putnam, and it retails for $39. C.J. Box is a very popular author. He's written 23 books in the Joe Pickett series. He is also the executive producer of the ABC television series Big Sky, based on the Highway series of books. That is one of my favorite shows. But his books are also among my favorites too. And this latest, book 23, is certainly no exception to the rule. It's right up there with his best books. Of course, it involves Joe Pickett, who always manages to get into so many difficult situations. He's like a game warden, and he's on the hunt for an injured elk that he wants to help. And he ends up in an isolated area that's known as the Double Diamond Ranch. And he sees an abandoned car first, then he sees a man whose body seems to be sticking out of one of the areas. Well, the man has somehow found himself wedged into the opening of a giant fan, and because he's in the opening, unfortunately, his head was cut off. So he's very dead. And so Joe Pickett goes back and he wants to report it, but there's also in the area is a massive storm coming. That's why it's called Stormwatch. And so he goes to Sheriff Tibbs, who's an old nemesis of his. The two just don't get along. Joe Pickett is easy to get along with, but Sheriff Tibbs, he's not a man who, he's near retirement, he's cranky, and he doesn't like Joe Pickett. But anyways, he tells him about this body, and basically Sheriff Tibbs says, stay away from it. Don't just, actually they want no part of it. So then the governor, Coulter Allen, also tells Joe Pickett to stand down. Do not mention the discovery of the body to anyone. So he tries to figure out why. Now, Joe Pickett has taken the man's wallet for identification purposes, and he finds he's a prominent university professor, so of University of Wyoming, and he can't understand why there's such secrecy. So he goes back to the area where he found the body originally, and it's gone. There's no trace of it at all. So it makes the mystery even more interesting as to why the hush-hush secrecy. Now, two supposed FBI agents come, investigating the case, but as Joe finds out, they're not really FBI agents. So also, another story in the book involves Nate Romanowski, who is a falconer. He trains and he raises falcons. And he and his newfound friend, Geronimo Jones, they're talking of getting into a cryptocurrency business. Now suddenly they are visited by a man whose name is Jason Demo. He's an ex-Army Ranger, and he's an activist, and he knows Nate Romanowski is a very prominent citizen. So he wants him to join his sort of anti-government faction. They want the state to secede from the nation, and they want to have their own government. So it's a complex book in so many ways, because there's other things going on, many things going on, like elk antlers that are being collected. That's against the law. And so Joe Pickett investigates those who are in possession of illegal elk antlers. There is also Missy, which is Joe's mother-in-law, who's sort of off the rails. She's on her fourth or fifth husband. He's dying, but she aligns herself with people who she shouldn't align herself with. So to say there's a lot going on is almost an understatement, because pretty well on every page there is something happening. Joe's life is threatened. He's about to be killed, and I won't tell you what happened, but obviously he makes it to the end of the book. You figure that one out. So, but let's just say Stormwatch is certainly a book that you should watch out for, because in typical C.J. Box fashion, the man really knows how to write a mystery thriller of the highest order. And if you've never read a C.J. Box Joe Pickett book, pick one up, because it's definitely a change of pace book, one you will enjoy. And with his many characters, like Joe Pickett's daughters, they're also part of the book. His wife's part of the storyline as well, too. So everywhere you look, there's something happening. So like I said, keep a watch out for Stormwatch, because you will not regret reading it. So that's the book I wanted to draw to your attention this time out. Hopefully you will agree with me. Let me know if you agree with my review. So until we meet again, stay safe, stay sane, stay in touch, and I will see you at the bookstore. Thanks again for watching, and bye for now.